Hello and welcome to my bathroom. I have a bag of goodies from Sally's. I plan on doing my hair today. I've got a little bit of ink dye, but I stopped at Sally's and I picked up purple and green dye. So, I also picked up a few little onions. This, I'm not sponsored by these people, but if they want to send me money, I would talk about them. I'll talk about them for free for a second, but this stuff right here is, a lady at Sally's recommended it to me last time I was there and I bought it on a whim, and it's almost completely empty. So I bought, this was cheaper than the tub, so I bought another little, this stuff is very good. I'm not planning on bleaching my hair today, but when I do, I got some of this little oil to put in the bleach. Helps with damage. And I will be using a little bit of developer today. First step into getting my hair ready to go is to remove the pink that I already have. So we're gonna have to mix up a little developer solution to get that done today. And I need some more developer. But this is what we got today. These things will be going in the cabinet. First step is to section my head. So let's get into it. My hair is getting very long and I want to chop it all off, but that would be impulsive. And I don't want to be impulsive, but I do want to be impulsive, so I'm going to dye my hair. I'm not going to chop it off. That's the compromise I've made with myself. I'm like, go to Sally's, spend $50 on a bunch of bull crap and do your hair at home. Don't chop it all off. Don't. Even though it's 100 degrees outside and I'm burning up, ugh, you regret it. You're gonna regret it. So we're gonna get started sectioning my hair. We're back. My hair is parted, as you can see. It's ready to go. So we're gonna mix up my bleach-free pink semi-permanent hair color remover. This will melt the color pink specifically right out of your hair. I don't know what it is about the color pink. It doesn't do the same thing for red or orange. Purple comes out with this, green comes out with this, but I don't know. I found this recipe on YouTube, tried it out, it worked, and I've been using it for years. Hasn't failed me. It is very simple, equal parts baking soda and developer. I'm gonna do 20 grams of each, and then you got a swirl of a clarifying shampoo and a swirl of dish soap. If you watched my last hair video, I think I made this exact same recipe in that video as well. And I measure out my ingredients just to make sure I'm not wasting any product. This is a great way to ensure that you always make exactly as much as you need. When I write these recipes down, I write down the measurements so I know exactly how much I need for the amount of hair that I'm using. Like, because I don't do my whole head, I just do this strip. So I make sure to write down the amounts that I use so I don't over make. And for this one, it said 40 of each. I went ahead, need to add some more developer. I'm gonna do, instead of 40 of each, I'm gonna do 20 of each. And I just realized I did 10 instead of 20. I usually use blue dish soap, but I was out, so green it is. It really doesn't matter. It just has to be some kind of very harsh soap that will get into the cuticle and really lift the color out. Okay. And then you just mix this together until it makes this kind of gloopy consistency. It is going to be pretty runny, so be prepared for that. Whatever you're wearing, make sure you're okay with it getting crust all over it. This stuff does kind of get everywhere when you use it. So I like to mix my, whatever I'm doing, whether it's bleach or color remover, I like to mix it up first and allow it to sit while I add Vaseline to my face and put on gloves and get everything else ready. That way everything has a chance to dissolve or melt or oxidize before I use it. So I'm gonna mix this up pretty thoroughly. This, by the way, smells amazing. It smells like fresh, clean laundry. So I don't know, this may beat the Blue Dawn. I may be swapping my Blue Dawn for Green Gain if it works the same. I don't know, Blue Dawn may have been the key ingredient, and then I just swapped it out. So we'll see if this turns into an how-to or a fail. Will I flop or fly? We'll find out. Okay, so I've got that pretty well mixed. Now I'm going to go in with some Vaseline. This is very important. I always put this all over my face just to keep it from getting irritated, because even though this doesn't have bleach in it, it does have developer and it does have baking soda, both of which are very abrasive on the skin. And I put some on my eyebrows too because I don't want this burning my eyebrows. But yeah, just anywhere you think this mixture is going to wind up, your ears, I always put a good amount on my ears. Just because you do not want this stuff sitting on your skin. It has to sit on your hair for 10 minutes. So you do not want this stuff sitting on your skin for 10 minutes. I put a heavy amount on my cheeks. And since my hair is down here like this, I'm even gonna put a little Vaseline on my neck, because I always wind up getting some on my neck, and I get these burns right here on my neck where the mixture has touched it. And I'm gonna put this all over my neck. And since I'm wearing my dyeing bleaching shirt, you can just wipe the extra Vaseline off on it. That's the beauty of the hair dyeing shirt. So we are Vaselined up. Now we are going to glove up. Gloves are very important. They're not that expensive, and they will keep you from having wrinkly old woman hand when you're 35. You do not want these chemicals sitting on your hands for 10 minutes while you're applying it to your hair. And another thing I like to recommend doing, especially for this treatment, is to grab a towel and lay it on the ground, because you will get some on the floor just because of how runny and gloopy it is. So now we're going to apply it to anywhere that has pink, focusing on the pink areas first. And honestly, you don't really need a brush for this. Get in there with your hands and work it in. So here I am just applying that mixture to everywhere that's pink on my head. I focus there first, and then I do add some to the blonde spots as well, because even though this has no bleach in it, it will lift your blonde maybe like a half level or even a full level if it sits long enough. So the parts of my blonde hair that are a little brassy, like right there where you're seeing where my hand is right now, I'm going to work a little bit of this mixture into the brassy blonde areas as well to try to lift some of that yellow out. This mixture is bleach free, so it can sit on your hair and you don't have to worry about your hair falling out, but it is very drying. It will dry your hair out. Baking soda will dry your hair out. Dish soap will dry your hair out. Clarifying shampoo will dry your hair out. So there are pretty much every ingredient in this mixture sucks every little bit of moisture out of your hair. So you're going to want to follow up this treatment with a deep conditioning hair mask. I'm using the stuff that I bought at Sally's today, the sauce guacamole mask, but any hair mask will do. Hell, put some jojoba oil in your hair. Anything that has moisture in it, your hair is going to need it after this treatment, because this will dry the absolute out of your hair. And I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. It'll dry your skin out too, so be very careful and make sure you have plenty of Vaseline, like I said. Okay. I've got this pretty thoroughly saturated in my hair, especially in all the pink spots. And I did rub it a little bit through the other areas as well, just to kind of give that blonde a boost. And we're going to come back in about 10 minutes and I'll show you the results after it's all washed out. Hello, and welcome to the garage. As you can see, I've washed my hair, and for the most part, the pink is gone. There's still a few little whispers of it, like right here, where I kind of missed a spot. You can kind of see. There's still a few little hints, but that's okay, because I am going to be putting pink back into my hair. I really just kind of wanted to start with a blank slate, and I do want to cut my hair. I've got to scratch that itch. So we're gonna take my trimming shears and I'm gonna cut my bangs, which I'm probably gonna regret because they're just now long enough to like wear into things, but I really want cute bangs. And I may leave them long and just kind of curtain them. That may be what I do. And then kind of like fade them into what I've got going on here. But yeah, I just kind of want to trim this whole area up and get it a little more presentable because it's kind of straggly. So yeah. All right, so now I'm sectioning out my bangs and getting them ready for a little trim. They were a little too wet to be trimming, so you can see I kind of struggle with them a little bit, but I'm basically just taking each section of my bangs, each half of my bangs, and over-directing them to the other side to get kind of a curtain effect. I'm not super precise with it here. I'm actually cutting with my left hand. I am not a professional. Don't listen to me for hair cutting advice at all, because I don't know what I'm doing. Because what I'm going to do next is take all the bangs, gather them together, and twist them, and kind of snip the ends off. This also helps kind of ensure that everything is even and not too lopsided. I also do a little point cutting here just to kind of feather out the edges and see where I'm at. There, I still have some length in my bangs, and I got to satisfy that little snip urge. Now I'm gonna take this whole section, and I think I need to like lighten it up a little bit. Come in here from my ears and take a section. I straight up don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. My hair is way too wet to be pulling up into a high ponytail like this. I'm struggling to get everything kind of smoothed out, but my goal here is to pull everything to the top of my head, cut the end of it off, and that will create some kind of stacked layering around my face. That's the goal. But as you can see, I have an absolute freaking mess here. So it's a little choppy. It's not exactly what I want, but it's close enough and it'll work for now. Okay, I did a little chopping. I wanted a real choppy layer right here above my ears. I meant to say, Jen. Take off a little bit of hair and lighten it up because my hair is incredibly thick. Now I'm gonna blow dry my hair a little bit and see where I'm at and if I like it and if I need to keep chopping. All right, so we're just gonna give this a quick blow dry and make sure it looks how I want it to. Here I am with a round brush, just redirecting my bangs so they don't part down the center like Dwight Schrute. Nobody wants that except for maybe Dwight Schrute, but here I am making sure the bangs are drying how I want them to. You'll notice I brush them left and dry them, and then brush them right and then dry them. This just ensures that they dry down the center and not split down the middle. Here I am drying the lengths of my hair to see how those layers turned out. I want to make sure they are choppy but not too choppy. I don't want to look like I cut my hair with a butter knife, but I do want choppy, chunky layers. So I'm just making sure the bangs are dried, making sure the ends are dried. I have super thick hair. Even this small section at the front takes forever to dry. Yeah, this is exactly how I want it to look. It is looking cute. I think once I dye it, I may trim it some more and change some things around. But now we're to this point in the game where I can start sectioning off what I want to be what color. Gosh, I look crazy right now. Okay. I ran out of storage on my phone, and there was a hole in my glove. Look at that, my thumb hole. There was a hole in my glove, because this is my other hand. Perfectly clean. Look, so profesh. Hole in my glove. Anyway, my phone ran out of storage, so I had to stop what I was doing and delete a bunch of videos, and now I'm back. You missed everything, but this is what it looks like now. I've got about 20 minutes left until I have to rinse this out. So next time you see me, it will be rinsed and hopefully blow dried and styled. We'll see. Hello and welcome to my car and my new hair. Welcome to the front camera. How do we feel about the front camera? I just wanted to touch base with y'all and show you what the hair is looking like. I have a little pink peekaboo in there, as you can see, and a little, my sideburns are green, so I can pull those out when I have my hair up. and just have green sideburns. They're really small. But yeah, and then I have a green reversible bang and a green forehead. Don't judge me, okay? I did it in my bathroom. But yeah, reversible bang. And the top side has a pink to purple ombre. And then after I dyed everything, I took the purple layer and trimmed it just a touch shorter than the green layer. So when they lay flat, you can still see both. You know what I mean? Well, you can see both anyway, but you know what I mean. I wanted just that chunky layer effect. But yeah, I have the rest of my hair up in a messy bun because, believe it or not, I have not washed the rest of my hair in... Who said that? Anyway, so yeah, the rest is in a messy bun, but I like to keep the colored part out because I think it's fun. And in the, like, 3 days I've had this hair so far, today's Tuesday, I dyed it on Sunday, I have gotten countless compliments and people telling me they love it. And I'm like, girl, thanks, my thumb matches, check it. So yeah, it's fun. I love doing my own hair. Highly recommend it. Go to Sally's, spend $50 and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life.